Watching the SEC on ESPN from Reed Arena in Bryan College Station, where it is senior night. They are honoring 8 different seniors, including Henry Coleman, Anderson Garcia, and Wade Taylor IV, as Texas A&M looks for its first ever win of this game. Great crowd on hand. Aggies wearing black at home, and Auburn in their white. And here's Tahad Pettiford, 5-star McDonald's All-American, running the point for Auburn. It was a 94-78 win at Rupp Arena, just the 3rd win ever in Lexington for the Auburn basketball program.
Climb up into your jersey, they create chaos. When you drive the ball against the Aggies, they meet you with 2 or 3 defenders.
Early 3 is off the mark. Janai Broome had his hands on the rebound, but apparently stepped on the inline. So A&M basketball, an A&M squad that does not shoot the ball particularly well. 31% from 3, 42% overall, but they crashed the boards on the offensive end better than anyone in the country.
Well, their key is to not turn the ball over tonight in their 4-game losing streak. That turnover number has been around 14 per game.
Senior night, Hayden Hefner getting the start, the 5th-year senior from down. Now A&M will reset it.
Think about the depth of Auburn. They go and win at Kentucky, and Janai Broome, the National Player of the Year, only has 9 points. A lot of different weapons for Bruce Pearl to play call for.
Obaseki drove right by the freshman, and there's a tip in from Henry Coleman III.
Perfect possession.
6 on the clock for Broome. And he puts up a push shot over the double team and left it short.
Well, Texas A&M has a built-in help defender on that early touch by Janai Broome and Wade Taylor. I think they will send multiple bodies at Broome all night.
Obaseki feeling it. A&M has 7 points from 3 different seniors in the first 2 minutes. Cardwell got cut off, but still finishes. First bucket for Auburn.
And what a valuable guy, right? For a guy that only averages 5 points and 5 rebounds, but it's hard to take him off the floor. That big combination between Broome and Cardwell, very difficult for anyone in college basketball to handle.
Wade Taylor fires and was just a hair strong. Another offensive rebound for A&M. They pull down 42% of their misses. Best in the country. Anderson Garcia tries and buys.
He's a very good passer, and Texas A&M meeting him with bodies.
And this slow start has Bruce Pearl sucking lemons over on the Auburn sideline here early on. Not what he had in mind. He was very deliberate about what was on the line. Hefner reverses it in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gators finish with a 9-0 run. Florida's passing big men did a fantastic job out of the A&M double teams. That'll be a challenge for the Tigers tonight. Step through, Johnson finishes on the other side.
Such an improved player, has really.
And Auburn has got up to a slow start, just 2 for 5 from the floor. Miles Kelly has missed a couple of threes after going for 30 on Saturday night in Lexington. Chad Baker-Mazara with a 15-footer. Off balance and good. He had 22 against Kentucky.
Now, I will say this. Great teams, which Auburn is, they can still win games when it's not the best matchup. And that's what they're up against tonight.
And certainly, you could look at their schedule and look at all of their wins. There had to have been some that weren't great matchups.
Yeah.
Physical play by Pharrell Payne, and he goes right after Broome. That is the type of player that gives Janai Wilcher. Anxiety high for the Auburn fan base with the Broome injury, and now Kelly fouled, and they'll count it as goaltending. And he'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. C.J. Wilcher with the foul.
Well, you're going to have to burn that pressure off if you're Auburn by driving that ball downhill yourself some. And Washington obviously gets that ball coming down.
7-2 on the season. 15-1 in the toughest conference in college basketball.
The call is reversed. There is no goaltending.
Okay. Wow. I thought it had reached it. Well, it's the only time all year that this kid has taken 10 or more threes.
He's been on a heater at the free throw line all season.
He doesn't miss, does he?
No. Back to Zurich Phelps, who's coming off of a 16-point game in that loss on the road at Gainesville. A&M got off to a decent start in that game. The Florida really pounded them in the second half in a 19-point win. Phelps launches for three and splashes it home.
I will say this. I know A&M doesn't shoot the three-point shot well, but when they start off shooting well, you have to tighten up your defensive slack, regardless if it's a high percentage shooter or not.
Aggies 3 for 4 from deep already tonight. Baker Mazzara answers.
Love him. Absolutely love his game. One of the most versatile players in college basketball is 10 and white.
He's made 8 out of his last 14 from 3.
Tommy passes the ball, he drives it, he gets fouled, he can defend 1 through 4. Only weighs about 175 pounds. I mean, his tights are loose, but he's still very effective.
Phelps with a contested 2. He's scored the last 5 for A&M. And talk about that versatility. Baker Mazzara running the point with Denver Jones banged up and Pettiford on the bench.
Yeah, Auburn they're going to be out of rhythm all night long without Denver Jones, and now Janai Broome over there injured. Can they handle this environment on top of it?
Cardwell, part of a school record
Trophy winner this year.
He suffered a shoulder injury early this game. Sat for a few minutes, but back out there, much to the delight of Auburn fans. Phelps just blasted right through.
I mean, like Chad Baker Mazzara was a statue on that play. The concerning thing.
Baker Mazzara running the point. Remember, Denver Jones limited with a foot injury tonight. Cardwell gets another point-blank look. He's got 6 early on, already better than his season average.
Interesting, but much better pace recently.
Here's Payne. Auburn brings a double. Whoa! Pettiford went flying out there. Jace Carter, another opportunity, and he banks it in.
Again, downhill driving Texas A&M. Nothing finesse about this team. They embrace the hard parts of basketball as well as anyone in the country.
Aggies 0-9 all time against number 1, but an early 8-point lead on senior night. Pettiford tees it up.
Wow, how good is this kid? New Jersey tough. The only 5-star guy on this.
Do so, and they may need it.
It's interesting, they actually recruited Pettiford as a scoring guard, a 2-guard, but he has developed into a very good point guard as well.
Sky Howard cleans up the mid. Had a size mismatch on the block. Howard fires an air ball from the corner.
The Bruce Pearl having to go deeper in his depth than he really wants to. With guys like Howard probably getting a lot of minutes tonight with Denver Jones maybe not available.
Phelps fouled before the strip. It'll be the first.
Hey, man, how good are they out of the Big 12? One of the legit 3 or 4.
ACC still not decided. They're barely separated with the top 3 teams. No whistle as Phelps went tumbling. Kelly, after the ball got swung around to him, is off the mark, and there's Ja'Kai Howard on the glass. Can take it himself, and he sneaks it in.
For a guy that doesn't get a lot of, they create chaos on their defensive end.
KenPom has them as the 8th best defensive team based by adjusted efficiency in the country. Carter in the paint. Garcia. And he draws the whistle.
They just wear you.
Senior night for the native of the Dominican Republic.
That Buzz Williams sees through his eyes for number 11.
1 of 2, 3 to shoot. And here's Pettiford leading the way. He's got 1-3, and he keeps it. Got off balance. He'll get Wade Taylor the 4th for his foul.
But I like Pettiford keeping it because it was a little bit of a high-risk pass.
Kansas, Kentucky, UConn among the other suitors. Still in it late in the game. Pettiford's got another one.
Defensive guards in the country that can stay in front of the drive ability of Texas A&M.
Off of his 30-point performance. It's an Auburn team with plenty of depth. Wade Taylor with the ball fake. Open 3. Splashes past Pettiford.
Stay in a slump. Interesting. Buzz Williams looking at Auburn's play call and then tells his assistants what it is. They'll go over those things at halftime, trying to pick up a possession or 2 if you can steal one.
No secrets this time of year, huh? They get Washington.
Pays off by stealing 2 or 3 points away.
Sure.
Does that make? He does it all. I mean, literally, he.
10 to shoot. Pettiford crosses over Washington. Picks up his dribble. 4 to shoot. Moore Tough angle.
Yeah, tough basket. They did a good job by A&M to not depth and quality of this league of the SEC this year. 13 teams could possibly get in.
Kentucky hammered LSU tonight by 31. Georgia, you mentioned, won against South Carolina. And Arkansas is playing Vandy. There's Garcia for three.
I love the guts that guy plays with. He's not a big-time shooter, but you dare him to shoot one, and he'll take it.
A 1-2-2 look for A&M that really slows down the offenses, and Auburn won't get it started until late. Talking with Stephen Pearl about their offensive execution at Kentucky, he said, I know what the result was, but I didn't think we executed well. There's Broome for his first bucket.
Drive him. Those high, soft, helium passes, but Broome made him pay.
Payne got deep penetration and turned around with a jump hook. A&M trying to knock off number one for the first time in program history. Buzz Williams has had 5 cracks at it himself over his stops. He's never beaten number one. And
Buzz Williams and Bruce Pearl.
Auburn only plays zone about 12% of the
race, the hard part of the game. And it's really a beauty thing to watch. I mean, Bruce Pearl
picked up a hockey assist on that one. Here's Taylor now, under a minute to play. Out to Phelps. They don't get back in time. And the result is a whistle as A&M crashed the offensive glass again, and that one will.
You're winning, and that's exactly what gets Coleman on the offensive glass. 8 seniors. Some of them have been here for 3, 4, 5 years. They didn't transfer.
Roof would have come off had Wade Taylor knocked that one down. Great hustle and energy. Wade Taylor the fourth into Broome to Coleman. Phelps sidestep 3. Buzz was begging for a timeout, and that was a Rick Barnes timeout. Give it to me. No, don't. Left in the half. Baker Mazzara fires and splashes it home.
That is huge. I'm just telling you, in a close game, that shot that goes in right before the buzzer clip.
Season Auburn hasn't led in the first half.
Well, Chad Baker Mazzara, I tell you, he does it all. And with 2 seconds less, he brings that ball up and just kind of.
A lot of struggles in this first half for the Tigers.
You can't allow a guy to just walk it in right there like Chad Baker Mazzara does, regardless of the mistake made by Carter.
So Anderson Garcia's got it in his hands, driving on Janai Broome, who missed 3 minutes due to a shoulder injury in the first half. Manny Obaseki steps through. A&M Obaseki. Janai Broome in this game is only 1 for 5.
Coming off of a 9-point performance at Rupp on Saturday.
Taylor, no good. Tipped out by Garcia. Taylor, another chance. This time the floater's off the front of the rim. 2 offensive rebounds on 1 possession.
You had 5 white jerseys watching.
Chad Baker Mazzara gets by Taylor. Threw it up blindly, trying to go around Garcia. Taylor blows by Pettiford, finds Garcia to finish. Largest lead of the game for A&M. It's a 12-point Aggie lead. Broome with the spin move. Great touch around Garcia.
And the knockaway of the bat. They did nothing on Sunday. 1 day of preparation Monday. And they're up against an Aggie team that is desperate for a win and playing with a desperate energy and effort.
Wade Taylor fourth.
You can't say it's just one of those nights if you're Auburn. You got to start playing better. You're the #1 team in the country. And it's time right now with under 18 to go to answer this challenge.
Broome touch to Cardwell, knocked away. 10 to shoot for Baker Mazzara. Hurried it up and hit it. Double-digit lead for A&M. Obaseki wildly drives it and gives it up. Baker Mazzara gives it right back. Obaseki got it. This is turning into an Aggie party as A&M and came back to win. Do they have a comeback in them tonight? Kelly fouled on the 3.
So a reload 3 opportunity for Auburn.
Off of Auburn turnovers. Meanwhile, Miles Kelly will have 3 free throws come CC last year with Georgia Tech. There's your Yale leader.
Well, there's followed on by the student body, and it's always 3 seniors and 2 juniors.
You would win. You'd have to buy some votes.
No doubt. Bruce Pearl now, a little bit of wrinkle defensively as well, going to his zone.
They played it a couple of times in the first half, and Manny Obaseki throws in his second 3.
You're playing the percentages if you're Bruce Pearl, saying, he would be a great yell leader, by the way, Buzz Williams.
Only if they're allowed to wear 3-piece suits.
No doubt. Their practice today, you couldn't tell if they lost 4 in a row or won 4 in a row, and that's what good coaches do.
Todd Pettiford's second triple. Career points. King is in the building tonight. He scored nearly 2,000 points. Was 10 points shy during his career. Taylor turns it over. Chance for Pettiford. Decides to fire, and that is banked in. Why not? He gave a little Jordan shrug.
They got a magical season going, and their hands full right now.
Garcia hammers that one back out to midcourt. Another offensive rebound for A&M. Phelps fouled. Wow. And A&M playing with great emotion tonight.
The rim, if you can't delete that drive.
Here's Phelps for a 3-point opportunity. I want to go back to presenting ourselves each and every year, and therefore coaching this team to greatness this season. Pettiford had Broom, couldn't see him. He'll launch a 3, got another one.
And it's a good thing you didn't see.
Broom and Payne getting after it in the post. All those guys we showed really reinvented themselves as they made it to Auburn. Taylor fouled, and he's going to the line. Back-to-back 3-point plays for the A&M backcourt.
I think Buzz Williams is outstanding.
Taylor's got 11.
I promise you. A no-pass, long 3-point shot.
He's going to try and guard Phelps. Broom helps him out. Taylor will reset, 16 to shoot. Crossover, crossed again. Floats it over Broom. Payne follow tip.
Just followed the hot.
Kelly left his feet. Here's Pettiford. Auburn's ball movement has left a little something to be desired in the second half. Kelly just fires up a 3 after the whistle, and he'll go to the line for 3 more. It's the 3rd on Wade Taylor.
They said about when you play a team, and again, Texas A&M catching Auburn.
Another 2 coming for Miles Kelly, fouled on the 3. Donovan Mitchell starts at 6:30 Eastern. NBA. Cardwell bails him out. And then it's stolen away by Garcia. Here's Taylor, drops it off for Payne. Wow! Pharrell Payne doing chin-ups out there.
To be on the floor tonight and stay in front of the ball, a big part of Auburn's problems.
He's an elite man-to-man defender.
Bam.
Cardwell with the hammer. He's got 8. A&M after transferring from Minnesota. Out to Phelps. Hefner corrals it. 17th offensive rebound for A&M, most given up by Auburn this season. And one again for Zurich Phelps.
Tom, when Texas, it's their gas. You know what I'm saying? Like their oxygen. Again, there it is. They wear you out.
And then a blow-by Pettiford gets a whistle for the foul.
Yeah.
Howard gets teed up for slamming the ball at midcourt. And the wheels are coming off for number 1.
And it might be another tee on Bruce Pearl. Trying to send a message right now.
That's the spike for Howard that earned him the technical. That's basically automatic.
They have had some big leads this year and let teams come back in and steal it from them.
Belcher dap up the ghost at the free throw line after that make?
I did not, but I'm going to.
For everything that A&M basketball has been through this season, including this current 4-game losing streak, this almost feels cathartic tonight. Washington foul.
Their oxygen as well as the offensive glass.
And Washington.
They're having a difficult time scoring, but they've got to get stops. And what I mean by
tied for the largest lead of the game. Auburn had whittled the lead down to 6 a couple of times this half. but unable to get closer.
Tom, remember, Buzz Williams comes in tonight 5-2 against Bruce Pearl in the SEC because of the defense causes problem big, and he rolls clean to the rim.
Baker Mazzara going against Garcia, good buddies from back in the day, and Baker Mazzara is able to finish from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic.
It's odd to say that the #1 team in the country is just trying to keep this game close to the last 4 minutes, trying to stay in contention.
Well, Auburn has been great in close games and in blowouts, and Wade Taylor the fourth rattles home another 3. Auburn.
In the game, they've got 19 of those misses back. Think about that number. That is smart ball right there by Phelps.
Phelps gets caught underneath, fires it up, and is able to coax a whistle out of the play. The result of the
advantage of the opportunity, and they have done it so far with 7:06.
Seed, the #1 overall. Now they get a rivalry game without it to Garcia.
Buzz is going to keep the ball and his primary handlers to close this game out. Good cut.
Beautiful backdoor. Phelps draws another whistle.
So Auburn can't stay in front of the ball a big part of this game, and they continue to foul.
Back at the free throw line, 1,000-point scorer. Coming down the home stretch at Tennessee and on, finishing with the Red River rivalry game between Oklahoma and Texas.
They continue to dominate the glass and get your first win ever against the #1 team.
Broome fade away.
Woo.
He's pretty. Only 6 points tonight for Johni Broome. He was held to against the Cats.
Tom, he's right now in the lead. For National Player of the Year, but the door might be cracked right now with what Cooper Flagg did last night.
Kelly with the left hand.
They will not go away easy. These two teams have a tremendous will about them.
Auburn's inability to keep A&M off the offensive glass has been the deciding factor in this one. The Tigers have made some shots. They just can't keep pace. And now a turnover. Phelps swatted away, but Coleman cleans it up. Away from the end of this one as A&M looks for its first ever win against #1. Beautiful pass to Johni Broome, and with his offhand he converts.
Boy, beautiful.
Now 5 to shoot. Here's Taylor. Floater. And a whistle on the rebound with Garcia fighting for it.
Tom, the word relentless is overused in college basketball. He's kind of walking that fine line with his guys of allowing them to, as you don't appreciate toughness and effort and intangibles.
And beat #1 Alabama. You know, Ryan Swope and Mike Evans in the building sitting next to him. Football has 3 wins against #1. Basketball has never knocked off #1. Now blow the whistle. There's
to get his pressure set up.
And Broome clangs the first.
Tom, that's a big, big miss. No points, no press.
Phelps probes, tries it again, steps through traffic and has it rejected by Pettiford. Auburn has a chance to push. Baker Mazzara past midcourt. Baker Mazzara fires off balance and Broome keeps it alive. Here's Kelly. Nope. Broome again. And Garcia took it down with him. Aggies come out of there with it. Solomon Washington. Nobody stops the ball. And Payne delivers a hammer. 12-point A&M lead. Pettiford.
Wow.
Got it.
Just didn't run offense, just had to make a play.
But Jimmy. Taylor gets it into Phelps. Here's a trap on Zurich Phelps. Back to Wade Taylor the fourth.
What a job by Phelps to fight his way out of it.
And now Hefner pull it out.
No.
They're icing down the beer at the Dixie Chicken because this might be an all-night party here in Bryan College. Phelps at the free throw line.
It's about matchups. And I
Yep.
said in the open, this is a bad matchup for Auburn. To do against A&M is drive it for kick-out threes. That's not what Auburn is at best.
Down 11, minute 20 to play. Pettiford finds Cardwell. It's stolen by Carter. And it's intercepted. Kelly takes it in hard, and he draws the foul with 1:06 to play.
Problem for Auburn from the get-go.
Kelly goes 2 for 2. The students are pushing forward to the baseline to try and rush the court. Garcia to Coleman. Here's Taylor. 1 minute to play, and that's how close A&M is to a historic win. They've never knocked off #1. Garcia back cut, and he weaves around, gives it back to Taylor. What a moment this would be for the 8 seniors in their final home game to get a victory over #1 and deliver something that has never. Wade Taylor the 4th. He won't get the record.
Williams didn't use all that juice to get his guys ready. This is your last time to put on that Aggie uniform on your home court. You got #1. Let's go and take it from him. And that's exactly what they've done.
Auburn fresh off of an SEC championship regular season win Saturday night against Kentucky, and with their rivals from Tuscaloosa waiting on Saturday. Texas A&M is 30 seconds away from the biggest win in school history. Bruce Pearl says don't foul. It was a 4-game losing streak.
I think Buzz Williams.
113 years of Aggie basketball, and for the first time ever, Texas A&M will knock off #1.
Yeah.
We'll take the shot clock violation, and then Auburn can just run out the clock. Tigers will regroup before a huge game on Saturday against Alabama, and Texas A&M has seized momentum after a 4-game losing streak.
And Bruce Pearl already sending his guys to the locker room, just making sure there's nothing happens at the end. Really well done by Buzz Williams.
83-72 is the final. It will be a very lonely court rush. There's one kid who made it out to the logo.
They listened to their head coach.
First ever win against the AP #1 team in program history. Buzz Williams and Texas A&M knock off #1 Auburn. What a night in college basketball. And what a finish we have coming down the home stretch of the SEC.